friends, this is Ava from Crave to Live, and today I'm here to give you a very quick cooking demo on how to make broccoli chicken in the crock pot. And today's video is going to be a little bit less conventional, not that any of my videos have been staged or really prepared thoroughly and scripted, but this one is going to be not scripted whatsoever because I'm actually here on a Friday morning and all week I've been just uninspired to cook. And I'm wondering how many of you are ever feeling in this kind of rut, whatever it is, cooking, just in general, work, life, whatever it is, exercise. And today I am, and this week I've been. And so cooking has been tough, and baking lunches has been tough, and just putting healthy meals on the table has just been tough. So today I have nothing in the fridge left prepared, and I need to get something on the table by the time the kids come home from school. So here's what I'm gonna do. I took out one chicken breast, and I am actually just in the process of slicing this up, and this is really all I'm going to do. I'm not even gonna cut and edit this video so that you see that really all it takes when I'm actually preparing today. It's gonna take literally 10 minutes to put together. And as I said, it's going to be broccoli chicken. I'm just chopping up the chicken a little bit, and I'm going to use some frozen broccoli, some butter or coconut oil, whatever you prefer to do. And I am going to throw it all into my crock pot and quickly cook it up. And for a side, we'll either prepare some vegetables or a fresh salad, or I'm going to actually go ahead and cook up either some rice and chicken broth or some millet, which is a nice gluten-free grain alternative. So you see I have my chicken all chopped up. I'm going to head over to my crock pot or slow cooker. I'm sorry, Instant Pot. I can't even find the words today. I just turned it on. I usually put it on saute. I like to saute my chicken and my vegetable and meats a little bit beforehand. I'm going to use extra virgin coconut oil that I'm just grabbing out of the pantry as we go. And again, the videography of this video is not the best, but that's really just to show you that this is how it works in real life. So the oil's heating up. I am moving over and bringing the chicken and gonna pour it right into the, how am I going to do this with two hands? Hold on, let me prop you guys all up. And I should actually do this on Facebook Live. I am just such an amateur. I tell you, my 10-year-old daughter is doing pretty much all on my website and my posting and my videos and pretty much anything and everything. Don't spill. Okay, all right, you guys are all propped up. So the chicken goes in. It's going to heat up, saute. I'm going to grab a wooden spatula, wash my hands a little bit so you don't want the chicken to get over everything. Grabbing a wooden spatula. If you are ever going to attend any of my non-toxic cooking classes, you will learn why I use wooden spatulas and why they are the best, such as why I use wooden cutting boards and why those are the best in my opinion as far as toxicity. So it's starting to heat up, and while it's doing so, I'm going to grab my broccoli out of the freezer. I just went to Costco yesterday and did a healthy eating Costco shopping tour. And that's another thing that if you decide to ever do in this area, I would love to have you tour it with me. I have an amazing 2-page list of items from Costco. They keep adding amazing organic varieties, such as this organic broccoli floret 2-bag deal, frozen. And I don't think this is a new addition, but this is something that I get all the time. And what I like about it is because I open it up and there's actually 2 bags of this frozen broccoli. So I'm going to put one of these back in the freezer. The other one I'm going to just, actually there are 4. Wow. How did I not know that? So there are 4 individual 1-pound bags. I see it now. Okay. So I'm going to use one of these. And after I saute my chicken for a few minutes, I'm going to go ahead and add the broccoli to it. And you can actually skip this sauteing function. You don't have to do that. I just have time right now while I had to get all this out of the freezer, so I did it. So here it is. It's the chicken, here's the broccoli, give it a little toss. And I honestly don't really do lots of spices before the cooking, although it's a good idea because the flavors absorb better. But sometimes I just flavor things after. I just added some black pepper. I'm going to add some Himalayan sea salt, or pink salt. I'm mixing it all together, and I'm actually not going to add any liquid to this because the frozen broccoli is going to release some water, and then the chicken as it cooks is going to release some water, so it's going to have a nice sauce to it, and then I can always adjust the flavor after. So I'm putting the lid on, turning it, putting it to seal so that it functions as a pressure cooker, and I'm going to turn it on the meat function and probably put it on 10 minutes only. It really doesn't need a lot of time. It's 10 minutes on high pressure. It's all on, it's all done, and the only cutting I'm going to do in this video is now, and then I'll be back when after the 10 minutes are up and take the broccoli out and the chicken out. Alright friends, I'm back because I decided that this chicken and broccoli meal would go really well with either mashed potatoes, which we had this week earlier, so I'm not going to make it, sorry, or rice or millet. I decided to make millet. Millet's a great ancient grain, and it's gluten-free naturally, so it's a nice alternative to couscous, which is very similar in consistency, but it's made out of wheat. And I'm trying to reduce and eliminate wheat in our household as much as possible. So I'm going to just make millet, and it's going to be this nice little couscous-like consistency, and then this chicken broccoli with a little bit of sauce that it has is going to go really well with it, with a fresh side salad. So here's the inspiration to all of you. I know it may seem daunting when you try to transition into a healthier lifestyle, that it's going to require you to get more back into the kitchen. It's just daunting. If you haven't been cooking, or you've just been doing the pouch meals or the microwave meals, I hear you. I know you don't want to be there. And honestly, even though I love to cook, there are days and weeks and months when I just loathe it. But this is when I go back to ground zero. This is when I go back to the basics, and I think to myself, okay, less is more. I could have jazzed up this chicken broccoli instant pot meal 100 different ways. I could have added some marinara sauce to make it with a red sauce. I could have added more vegetables. I could have actually turned it into a coconut broccoli curry. There's so much that you could have done, but I just decided that today, this is all I can do, and this is better than not doing anything. Just one step at a time. So that's what I'm doing, and you need to realize that really with 2, 3, 4 ingredients and 10, 15 minutes, you can do it each and every day, especially if you make a meal and cook once and eat it 3 times, that's even better. So here it is. This is some millet. This is about over a cup of millet. All I did is I rinsed it, and then I'm going to heat up with a cup of millet, probably about 2 cups of either chicken broth if you have, or just plain filtered water. Right now I'm just going to do plain filtered water because I actually ran out of chicken broth. I usually make my own chicken broth in the slow cooker after I roast the chicken each week, but if I don't have time for it, which obviously you know now that this week and last week and the week before I didn't, I'm just going to use plain old filtered water, and I'm going to add this here, turn the heat on high. And normally it can go both ways. Sometimes when I make rice and millet and grains in general, I first heat some healthy fat, butter, organic butter, olive oil or coconut oil, avocado oil. I heat some fat, and then I put the rinsed grains into the pan and kind of saute it a little bit before adding the water, and then bringing it to a boil and cooking it like that. But I've noticed that a lot of times my greens would get mushy. So I just read this article about how sometimes when you boil up your water first beforehand with the fat, and then at the boiling point you add the grains and then cook it that way, it's not going to turn mushy, and it's easy to then separate with a fork and make it all nice and dry. So I've actually been experimenting with that, and it seems to be working out really well. My choice of oil today will be avocado oil, and this is an avocado oil that I found at Costco also. Avocado oil obviously is made out of avocados, nothing else, and we know how good avocados are as far as healthy fats are concerned. So I am going to use this oil today. And I just added a splash. I no longer measure a splash. We need more fats in our diet, pretty much everybody. So I added that. I'm actually going to bring this to a boil, put a lid on, so that we know from our good old physics class back in elementary and high school that things boil up faster when they have a lid on top. And then I'm going to, at the boiling point, put in my grains and probably cook this, reduce the heat to low, and cook this over 20 minutes or so. And then by then my chicken will be ready too, and I will be either able to serve it immediately, or I'm just going to put it in glass containers and stick it in the fridge until the kids get home from school, and then we have it for after school or dinner tonight. I'll be back with okay, I'm back because the millet has already cooked up, and I wanted to show you how nice it looks. And I'm going to use a fork to fluff it up a bit so you see that it's all nice and fluffy. It's not at all mushy. Now, you can really season this millet any which way you like. I usually just add some salt. Sometimes I add some granuled garlic or onion. And sometimes I actually, if I have the time, I toast on butter some slivered almonds, and I mix it together, and I add some raisins so it gets more the Middle Eastern couscous, sometimes some cinnamon even. Cinnamon, raisins, toasted nuts, a little bit of salt, and then the millet. It's more like a Middle Eastern couscous that goes really well with meats that have sauce on them. So I have that finished, and I'm going to actually open up the chicken and the broccoli from the Instant Pot. I still have to depressurize it so that it doesn't blow up in my head. And I'm grabbing my wooden spatula, like I said earlier. And you know that your Instant Pot is depressurized if this little silver button collapses, and that's the point where it's safe to open the Instant Pot. I'm gonna just stir it up, adjust the flavor with some seasonings, and there we go. Got the complete meal. Okay, so now it's collapsed. I'm opening it up, and this looks beautiful. See the broccoli, the chicken. I mix it up a little bit. Sometimes I just actually break up the broccoli so that it's got more like a green sauce to go with it, and that's easy to do. And all I will do here to adjust the flavor is just add salt and pepper. But another little trick that I have that I would add is actually fish sauce and a little bit of the coconut aminos, or if you have fermented organic soy sauce, which is called tamari, then I would add a little bit of that, and it kind of adds just a little bit of kick. So here it is. It's dinner for you with the millet, and I hope you find that this is really simple, and on days when you feel completely unmotivated, it's very manageable to make prepare a homemade, healthy, whole food meal. Thanks for watching again. Come back for more. Again, this is Ava from Crave to Live, and stay happy and healthy.